There are 3 types of voice actors in the industry. The first type quits after a few months when they realize how much work this actually takes. The second type books some jobs, makes decent money, but never really breaks through to the next level. And the third type? They're relentless. They dominate. They make 6 figures while everyone else is complaining about the industry being oversaturated. I can tell you exactly which type you are based on one simple question. When you don't book a job for a couple days, a week, or a month, what do? Do you make excuses? Do you take a break? Or do you immediately start working on the next audition? Your answer to that question determines everything about your voiceover career. Most voice actors will never make real money because they're not willing to be relentless. Oh, they want the lifestyle, but they don't want to pay the price. They don't want to say no to birthday parties. They don't want to say no to friends and going out and drinking. They want the results, but they don't want to do the work. So right now, if you're new to this channel, you're probably thinking, who the hell is this guy? My name is Jesse Carroll. I've made over $1 million in voiceover in the past 7 years by being relentless when everyone else gave up, called it a day, and went home early. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what being relentless in voiceover looks like. Let me break this down for you. In voiceover, like I said, there are 3 types of people, and I can predict your success based on which one you are. Type number 1, the quitters. These people take a class, buy a USB mic, and wait for someone to tell them exactly what to do next. They audition when they feel like it. They quit when things get hard. They're always asking, am I ready yet? They handle a little bit of rejection, but when the going gets tough, they blame the industry and quit. They say shit like, it's too competitive, or AI is going to replace us anyway. These are the people that join negative Facebook groups and just complain all day long. That's all they do is just complain instead of trying to figure out how to get actual results. Then there's the second type, the part-timers. These people can handle the pressure. They get some results, but only when everything is just perfect. They'll audition consistently when they're motivated. They'll book some work, but they'll need constant validation. And I mean constant. They're checking voices.com and Voice123 every 5 minutes to see if they got likes and shortlists, and they let that completely rule their emotional state. If they don't get a thumbs up, their whole day is ruined, just in the trash can, just garbage. They love the rewards and the recognition. They want credit for every booking. They're good voice actors, but they're not unstoppable. They plateau and they stay there because they're also not willing to go the extra mile and put in the relentless work. Then there's the type 3, the relentless. These are the ones who dominate. They're never satisfied. They don't wait for permission. They don't need validation from some algorithm or from a coach whether they're ready or not. They create their own opportunities. When everyone else is complaining about voices.com being oversaturated and Voice123 being too hard to figure out, they're booking work on both. When others are worried about AI, they're using their personality to stand out from AI. They don't compete, they dominate. That was really aggressive. Here's the brutal truth. If you're not type 3, the relentless in voiceover, you're gonna struggle. And most people will never become type 3 because they're not willing to pay the price. Let me tell you what it actually means in voiceover, because most people have no clue. Zero, zip, zilch, nada. Here's what it looks like. You work when everyone else quits. I do 50 to 60 auditions a day, sometimes 40, but always huge numbers. Every single day. When other voice actors are complaining about not booking, I'm auditioning. When they're taking mental health breaks, I'm working. When they're not making excuses, I'm making money. That's not toxic, that's relentless. And here's the thing. This whole video, what I'm talking about right now, was inspired by Tim Grover's book, Relentless. This guy coached Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, just to name a couple, to greatness. He knows what it takes to be unstoppable, and everything he talks about in that book, Relentless by Tim S. Grover, applies to voiceover. If you're relentless in voiceover, you're comfortable being uncomfortable. You audition for jobs you're not sure you can do. You raise your rates, even when you're scared clients will say no. You reach out to past clients, production companies, even when you think you might get rejected. Most voice actors avoid discomfort. Relentless voice actors live in it. You don't overthink, you act. When an audition comes in, you don't spend an hour perfecting a 30-second read. You trust your instincts and you record it and you submit it and you move on to the next one. Overthinking is the enemy of booking work. I've booked jobs where I've submitted the wrong audition because I was moving so fast. I just did a really good audition and I confidently submitted and I got it. It's a true story. And here's another thing relentless voice actors do. They use their dark side as fuel. Don't deny your dark side. Use it. I keep a list of everyone who told me I couldn't make it in voiceover. I really do. I have it on my phone. The people who laughed at me when I said I wanted to be a voice actor, they're on the list. The other voiceover coaches who laughed at me and made fun of me on their channels when I started making voiceover coaching content, they're all on that list. I've used heartbreak to fuel me multiple times, and it's really effective. That anger, that chip on your shoulder, that's rocket fuel if you use it right. You see the dark side, that chip on your shoulder, that's what makes you unstoppable. That's what makes you relentless. Now, here's what Tim Grover talks about in his book, Relentless, that most people don't want to hear. You need your dark side. That part of you that refuses to be ordinary, that gets pissed off when people doubt you, that wants to prove everyone wrong, you need it. You need it. It's like rocket fuel. When I first started voiceover, I was desperate. I lost my job. My girlfriend left me and I was broke as hell. And you know what? That desperation, that made me relentless. That chip on the shoulder, that really made me had to prove everything. I remember when I said when I started dabbling and I was getting into voiceover when I lost my nightclub job. And I told this one guy, I won't say his name, he laughed in my face and he told me voiceover was oversaturated and it's a pipe dream and I should try to find something more realistic. I should get another safe job right away, even though the safe job I had, I got fired from. That guy, I used that as fuel. He just sat on my shoulder as a chip on my shoulder. And that guy's still working his day job. I made $250,000 last year. I know you're probably thinking, listen, this whole dark side shit is toxic. It's not. It works. And all of the greats used it. I want you to try it. Make a list right now. Write down everyone that doubted you in voiceover or whatever it is. Anybody that said that they thought that you would account to nothing, all the people that made fun of you in high school, whatever it is. Make a list of that. Everyone who made you feel small, make a list. Look at it every day before you start going after voiceover. That's your fuel. That's what's going to drive you when you don't feel like doing auditions. That's what's going to push you to do one more audition when everyone else quits and calls it a day. Use whatever you've got. Use heartbreak like I did. When someone breaks your heart, when life kicks you in the teeth, don't just sit there and feel sorry for yourself. Channel that pain into your work. Some of my best booking streaks came right after getting my heart just stepped on and jumped on and did a jig on. Pain is your power if you use it right. Whatever it is. Doesn't have to be heartbreak. Anything. Embrace being the villain. When you really get in touch with your dark side and you use that as fuel, the dark side. What is it? Star Wars? Did I say what is it? Star Wars? You know, they talk about Star Wars as using your dark side, and that's like the dark side. You get a lot of power from it, but it comes as a cost. And that cost, I think, in voiceover is that you're going to start booking more when you have that as fuel. People are going to get jealous of you. Do not pay attention. If people are judging you from the amount of effort that you're putting into your voiceover career, where you're getting your work from, whether it's from voices.com, Voice123, hell, if it's from Fiverr, who cares? Just get work. Be relentless. Be everywhere. Be omnipresent. Other voice actors' opinions isn't going to pay your bills. Who cares what they think? Now, here's why most voice actors will never be relentless. Here's the part that's gonna hurt, but you need to hear it. Most people in voiceover will never be relentless because they're scared of their own power. They want the rewards without the work. They see my lifestyle and they think, oh, I want that, but they're not willing to do 50 auditions a day. They're not willing to get rejected 90% of the time. They're not willing to work weekends. I'm working weekends when I'm filming this right now. When everyone else is binge watching Netflix, I am working. They're afraid of their own competitive side. That hungry, relentless part of themselves, they try to suppress it because they think it's not nice or spiritual or it's toxic. Meanwhile, relentless voice actors are using that competitive fire to dominate the industry. Competition is okay. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. Don't be one of those voice actors who needs to be liked more than they need to be successful. Don't be concerned with what other voice actors are saying or what they're thinking about you. The non-relentless voice actors, they need to be liked more than they need to be successful. They're more concerned with what other voice actors think of them than with booking work. They won't raise their rates because they're afraid clients won't like them. Relentless voice actors would rather be feared and respected than liked and broke. The non-relentless, they make excuses instead of decisions. The industry's oversaturated. AI is going to replace us. I don't have the right voice. I can't afford coaching. Relentless voice actors don't make excuses. They make money. How can you take this very long, in-your-face rant and become relentless? Here's what you can do starting today. If you want to be relentless in voiceover, here's what you do. Make a list. Write down everyone that doubted you, everyone who said you couldn't do it, every coach that wouldn't take you on because they didn't think that you were ready. Put it somewhere where you can see it every single day and use that as fuel. Set a daily audition goal and hit it no matter what. I don't care if you're sick, tired, or having a bad day or having a baby on the way. Hit that number. Start with 20 auditions a day if you're new. Work up to 40 or 50. If you're not getting 40 to 50 auditions a day and you want to make the big bucks in this, you need to hit that number like it's a fucking emergency. I don't know of another way without it taking years and years and years where you can build a six-figure voiceover business. You got to be doing 40, 50, 60 auditions a day if you want consistency anyway. Stop asking for permission. Stop asking if you're ready. Stop asking if your demo is good enough. Stop asking if your demo ready. Stop asking if you should raise your rates. Just do it. The market will tell you if you're ready by paying you money. Embrace the grind. Love the process, not just the results. Love the auditions, not just the bookings. If you can't love the daily grind, you'll never be relentless. Use rejection as fuel. Every no gets you closer to a yes. I collect rejections like I'm collecting fucking trophies because each one makes me stronger and hungrier. Should I have said Pokemon? I don't collect Pokemon. I don't know what I'm talking about. Never be satisfied. I've made over $1 million in voiceover in the past 7 years, and I'm still hungry. I want to make $1 million in a year. I'm far from it, but it's possible. The moment you think that you've made it in voiceover, that's when you start losing. Always stay hungry. Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Being relentless is hard. Most people aren't willing to do what it takes to put in that kind of work. They want the easy path. They want the shortcut. They want the magic formula, but that doesn't exist. But if you're willing to be relentless, if you're willing to outwork everyone else, to embrace your dark side, to never be satisfied, you can build a six-figure voiceover business while others are still complaining. The question is, are you a type 1, type 2, or type 3? Are you willing to be relentless? If you want to learn the exact strategies relentless voice actors use to dominate this industry, join VoiceOver School. Links below. But only join if you're serious. Only join if you're willing to do the work. I only want to work with serious people because being relentless isn't for everyone. But if it's for you, links below. Let's see what you're made of. Now, if you've gotten this far in the video, might as well like, subscribe, send it to a friend you like, send it to an enemy. I don't care. The views are the same. Other than that, I've been Jesse. You want to work with me? Check the links below. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. And I did the sign off I said I wasn't going to do anymore. See you in the next one. Somebody type in the comments a better sign off for me. Maybe I'll use ChatGPT to find it.